Davis will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle. Coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
He'll get rid of it. It's complete. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Pocket breaking down. On a little time, let's it go. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they're able to make the tackle.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Here's the handoff. On his feet at the 40. Open space at the 25. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Hawkins. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Across the 25, he's got room. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Fires and picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
After watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you...
Going deep. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Johnson looking to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. He's got him this time. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Scrambling away. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Get this drive going from the 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding.
Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. The 40, at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense does the work itself with a pick six.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll leave it with the lone back. Got the first down. Looking for more. There he goes to the right. There he goes. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better, so he... More plays.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be fast. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
And as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. Fourth down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions, dog.
Johnson wants to throw it. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the first quarter yet.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hawkins. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They go to the counter. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
Snagged in the middle. It's Thompson. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. Memphis wants to move quickly.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense trying to get the screen pass to the running back and get him out into space to do some damage, but the defense not having it. No gain on that play.
Lewis wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then stride it into the end zone.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Creates a little room. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick six, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Bunch formation for these receivers. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he's got it inside the 35. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. Gets it past the marker. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Johnson looking to throw. It falls incomplete, and will change into the field to get things started back up. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Off the play fake. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Going right to work up top. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable. And then when you...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
And that's the problem when you're living in 2nd and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. He forced it into traffic, and the defense made him pay, coming up with a...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Johnson wants to throw it. Unloads to the right. It's caught. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They're dealing with a second and long. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Steps away to find some room. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Touchdown, Kansas State. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And it's a nice toss in the back of the end zone. Give your receiver a chance to make a play, and you could tell he knew exactly where he was, got those tippy toes right down, inbounds for the touchdown reception.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Lewis to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Memphis picking up the tempo.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw.
For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Takes it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Takes it from the gun on third down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll pull it down and run. Got the first down. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. The give to the right. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to run for it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! Atop of the fedora, a hat trick, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Yeah, and these guys get these in high school and Little League, but my goodness, to do it at the college level, you already got 3, and it's just the first half. I think he's in for a pretty good day.
And he makes the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Lewis wants to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They'll run play action. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his tight end. And he's wrestled to the ground. And the Tigers want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Johnson looking to throw. Now improvising. Grabbed over the middle. It's Edwards. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every team.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead, but with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
That's reeled in. It's Bradley. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Lewis to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You got to give the defense a ton of credit there on third down, able to force that incompletion on an absolute bomb. You can see why defensive coordinators get nervous facing this quarterback. He has tremendous arm talent. He threw that thing more than 60 yards in the air. But the defenders on the back end stayed in position, made sure there wasn't a catch. That was a fantastic play defensively.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
A full dive to haul that one in. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He splits the uprights. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. Lewis wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Hawkins. On a sweet spin, and he's free. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. Now on first down from the 28. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. What a job off front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he throws another interception. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. We thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
Trying play action. Going up top. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go?
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
This Memphis offense going to work again on first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They just keep firing. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
It's incomplete. A 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Quick spin on the line. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The play action fake. Fires on the run. He's got it along the sideline. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Wide receivers, running backs, you see them. They're interchangeable now. You see each playing different positions and handing the ball to wide receivers like you get here. You know, wide receivers are getting the ball more and more in space, but you're also trying to hand them the football so they can make some plays, get more touches, especially those good guys. Not a great game, but definitely a good job of getting the wide receiver involved in the game.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some...
There he goes! Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Turning it on at the 30.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals, 5 points of pressure, and prioritize holding on to the ball.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. You could probably question the deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
I love the attitude by this team now. You just got a critical takeaway. You're set up in amazing field position down in the red zone. Take a shot. Go right now. Throw it. Don't even wait. There's zero hesitation. Force the defense on the very first play of the drive to have to step up. And the defense did exactly that. If you're on offense here, I don't know. I just throw it again.
And that's a frustrating couple plays for this offense. Like, you got the ball in great field position. You are set up to succeed, and 2 straight incompletions, a big 3rd down coming to see if they can maximize this drive.
Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I know we're in the 3rd quarter, but because they're trailing like they are, they're right now in 4-down mode every single drive. You throw an incompletion down in the red zone, this is a no-brainer. They're going to be throwing it again, and we'll see if the defense can step up here.
Still down big here in the third quarter, but if you can recover this onside kick, you might get back in the game. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
The give on the counter. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Off play action. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Complete to start this drive. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Lewis to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Memphis wants to move quickly.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Off play action on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. Houston score, Kansas State 63, Memphis 20.
It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Now the play fake. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Kansas State!
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Harkin. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Lewis wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Memphis picking up the tempo. They'll go up top on second and short. Looking for a deep man. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Tigers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Still looking on the move. Trying to escape and get it himself. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of...
He'll take the deep shot. Go to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got to play.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Pulls it in. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the catch. Stopped right at the 2-yard line after the catch, and it'll be first down, goal to go. Gonna look downfield again. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know the next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Gives it on the option. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on second and 14. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. The ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down and came up a little short. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. Gets the back moving. He might want another play. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Throws for the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Edwards. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Johnson looking to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. Rolling right and going deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Offense in an empty set. Quarterback making checks. Johnson wants to throw it. Floating away. Right on target this time. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn.
Makes the grab inside the 30. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and and put it away. The play's not over. And give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Buys a little time with his feet. Finding an escape route. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time. He gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
Johnson looking to throw. Now adjusting. Rolling, throwing, looking right. A strike downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. He'll take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this.
Wide open space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Oh, the ball squirts out.
Man, you talk about a helpless feeling. When you're the guy who fumbled and you're watching that thing roll towards the sidelines, you're like, please get out of bounds, and it does. Tell you what, the offense has the lead. That was a big-time play for that thing to get out of bounds and not cost them a turnover.
Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? This quarterback part of their running game. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The returner will field it in front of them. And the ball is loose on the return. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Really nice job on the scramble that time. He saw an opening. He went out and got the first down with his legs. He's killing this defense right now. Throwing it. He's now doing it running as well. Anything this guy wants to do is working.
Johnson wants to throw it. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the 4th. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been